Hi, folks. I have spent the last week thinking about the Newtown school shooting and gun control, what it all means. Um, I've sort of boiled it down to this. I am a bleeding heart liberal, pinko, socialist, atheist, feminist. I even support the gay agenda. In a perfect world, the military would have military-style weapons. Civilians, maybe they would have handguns and shotguns and deer rifles. But if you've probably noticed, it's not a perfect world. And I think it's important that we deal with the realities of the situation and not get carried away with our own fantasy about the way things should be but aren't. The conservatives habitually misread the Second Amendment. They know the part that says the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. The part, they know that part, they repeat it over and over again. The part they forget or ignore or have never read is the part of the sentence that comes before all that, which says, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. And then it goes on to say, the right of the people to bear arms shall not be infringed. The vast majority of gun owners belong to no militia whatsoever, let alone a regulated militia. They have no requirement to take any kind of training. They have no requirement to have any kind of a test for their sanity or their ability to be responsible or make responsible decisions. And the few people that do belong to militias, the few organized militias we have in this country, most of them are thinly disguised organizations who are hell-bent on bringing the existing government down. I very much hope that the FBI keeps good tabs, big fat files on all of them, and is prepared to round them all up the first time they get out of line. But you never can tell with these things. I own guns because right-wing religious fanatics own guns, and damn if I'm going to let them just walk in and take this country over the next time they lose an election or, decide they don't like the way things are going. They only believe in democracy until the vote goes against them, and then they all run off to the gun store. Gun control is a day late and a dollar short. As we speak, throngs of people are picking the shelves of gun stores clean in anticipation of an assault weapons ban. They are adding thousands of rifles to the over 300 million gun arsenal that is already owned by the American public. We are the most well-armed citizenry in the world. The second most well-armed bunch of people are the fine citizens of Yemen, a notoriously anarchic place. Can barely call the place a nation at all. I hope that's not where we are going, but one never can tell about these things. Yes, somebody has left the barn door open and the horses have run away. Any attempt to try to close the barn door at this point in time will be ineffective. As far as reducing gun violence, the only thing it's going to do and going to be effective at is in mobilizing the extreme right wing. These people believe that at any moment UN troops are going to descend on the United States, take the whole place over, and institute some kind of New World Order dictatorship. Of course, where these troops are coming from or who's paying them or how this is ever going to happen really is never addressed, and frankly the whole thing is ridiculous. But it doesn't really matter. This is what these people believe, and they're willing to kill and die for this. A schizophrenic with a gun may be completely out of touch with reality, but he has a gun. And if you screw around with him, he might shoot you. And that's kind of the position we're in right now. The last gun ban that was put in place by Clinton was largely ineffective at reducing gun violence. It basically just limited the design of rifles. It got rid of a lot of little useless gewgaws and tried to eliminate the capacity of magazines, though I don't know what that accomplishes. It just means a mass shooter has to reload more frequently. Frankly, if you've shot a gun very often, that's really not much trouble. It really doesn't tire you out much or slow you down much. So I don't know what it was supposed to. It didn't really accomplish anything. What it did accomplish, however, was it got the right-wing feeling that the federal government had evil ambitions of dictatorship. I'm waiting with bated breath to hear one of these right-wing radio fearmongers come up with the idea that Adam Laska, the shooter at Newtown, was some kind of NSA mind-controlled zombie, like a modern-day Manchurian candidate, that was unleashed by the Obama administration in order to get public opinion on his side in an effort to grab the guns from the patriots who stand, the only thing that stand between us and socialist dictatorship. If you do ever hear such a thing, remember you heard it here first. And I'm just making it up. Okay? Obama's effort to pass gun control will simply erode his political capital. He'll waste political capital on this kind of quixotic effort. And what he should be doing is fixing the economy and making sure that universal health care gets instituted smoothly. It's important that we win the election of 2014, that we get the House back into Democratic control. And the way we're going to do that is by making the Republicans look like the party of the do-nothing party of the rich, which they are, instead of allowing them to wrap themselves up in the flag and present themselves as the defenders of American liberty, which they are not. Once we have a majority in the House and the Senate and a Democrat in office of the presidency, then if you want to do gun control, that would be the time to do it. I am of the opinion that the NRA should probably be put on the list of domestic terrorist organizations. However, they have come up with what I believe is a fairly sensible plan, which is basically every school should have armed guards in it. This program would provide jobs. We could hire these returning vets who have no place to go, but a lot of military training, get them off the street, and we could fund the whole thing by putting $1 per round tax on ammunition. Believe me, the craziest man in the universe is going to think twice about shooting up a place if it's going to cost him a week's salary to buy the ammunition to do it. Lastly, I'd like to say a word to Mike Huckabee and the other conservative Christians who tried to make some political hay out of this mindless, stupid tragedy by saying that that if only there had been prayer in school, there would have been no school shooting. Actually, I mean, their point does raise the possibility of us conducting a very interesting experiment about the efficacy of prayer. Maybe someone with a brain tumor or something, has nothing else to lose, should take it upon himself to shoot up a Christian school. And then we could compare casualty figures and see if, prayer really does cut down on casualties. My own bet, I'm willing to bet money on it, is prayer isn't going to stop a single bullet. And actually, I'm just making a bad joke. The terrible part is that Mike and his cronies aren't joking. They actually believe all this stuff, and frankly, Mike Huckabee, you can kiss my ass. I can't believe that we ever considered making you president of this United States for 10 seconds. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Season's greetings to you all. I'm here at the beautiful Voodoo 8-Ball Mansion here, hot in front of the fire, eating a chocolate chip cookie that my beautiful wife baked for me. Hope you have a nice season, and we'll see you later on down the road. Thanks for watching. Bye.